Winter Wonderland cabin sleep story. Close your eyes now and take a slow, deep breath. Feel your body exactly where it is in this moment, supported and safe. Tonight, you are embarking on a journey to a place of profound peace. A Winter Wonderland cabin nestled deep in a snow-covered forest where warmth and comfort await you. This is your sanctuary, your haven from the world, and for the next hours, you need nothing more than to be here, allowing yourself to drift into the deepest, most restful sleep. The journey to the cabin begins in the late afternoon, when the winter sun hangs low in the sky, painting everything in shades of silver and soft gold. You are driving along a winding country road, the kind that seems to exist outside of ordinary time. Your car is warm, filled with the gentle hum of the engine and the soft flow of heat from the vents. Your hands rest comfortably on the steering wheel, and through the windshield, you watch as the landscape gradually transforms. At first, there are open fields stretching away on either side, their summer grasses now hidden beneath blankets of pristine snow. The snow gleams in the fading light, appearing almost blue in the shadows and golden where the sun still touches it. Fence posts march along the roadside, each one wearing a thick cap of white, like sentries marking your passage into a quieter realm. The sky above is that particular shade of winter twilight, not quite gray, not quite purple, but something in between, luminous and peaceful. As you drive, you notice how the trees begin to appear more frequently, first in small clusters, then in proper groves, and finally forming a continuous forest on both sides of the road. These are evergreens mostly, their branches heavy with accumulated snow, bending gracefully under the weight. Occasionally you pass a bare deciduous tree, its dark branches creating intricate patterns against the pale sky, like calligraphy written in an ancient language you somehow understand without words. The road curves gently, never demanding too much attention, allowing your mind to soften and wander. You think about the cabin waiting for you, and a sense of anticipation builds. Not the anxious kind, but the warm, contented feeling of knowing something wonderful is approaching. You have been here before, in your mind if not in reality, and it already feels like coming home. The light continues to change as you drive deeper into the forest. The shadows grow longer, deeper, but not threatening. They are the shadows of protection, of the forest drawing around you like a blanket. You turn off the main road onto a smaller lane, barely 2 tracks with snow packed between them. The car moves more slowly now, crunching through the snow with a satisfying, rhythmic sound. Branches occasionally brush against the sides of the vehicle, a gentle touch that says you are welcome here. And then, through a gap in the trees, you see it, the cabin. Warm light glows in its windows, golden and inviting against the deepening blue of evening. A thin trail of smoke rises from the stone chimney, climbing straight up into the still air before dispersing into the twilight. The cabin is not large, but it is perfect. Built of weathered logs that have aged to a soft gray-brown, with a steep roof designed to shed snow, and a covered porch that wraps around the front. Everything about it speaks of shelter, of thoughtful construction meant to provide comfort against the winter cold. You pull the car to a stop in the small clearing that serves as a parking area. For a moment, you simply sit there, engine still running, looking at the cabin. The windows are like friendly eyes, the door a welcoming mouth, and the whole structure seems to radiate an almost living warmth. Your heart, which you did not even realize had been carrying tension, begins to ease and soften in your chest. Taking a final deep breath of the warm car air, you turn off the engine. The sudden silence is profound. You can hear the faint tick of the cooling engine, but beyond that, there is only the immense quiet of the winter forest. Opening the car door, you step out into the cold, and it is a shock, but a pleasant one. The air is so crisp, so clean, that it seems to clarify everything. Your first breath of it makes you feel more awake, more present, more alive than you have felt in days. The cold touches your cheeks immediately, a bright tingling sensation. You can see your breath pluming out before you, and you pause for a moment just to watch it. This visible sign of your own life force. The snow beneath your feet crunches with each step, a sound that is somehow both crisp and soft at once. You walk around to the back of the car and retrieve your bag, a simple duffel with everything you need for your stay. The bag's weight is reassuring in your hand. As you walk toward the cabin, you notice details you could not see from the car. There are icicles hanging from the edge of the porch roof, catching the last light and transforming it into tiny prisms of color. The steps leading up to the porch have been cleared of snow recently, though a light dusting has already begun to accumulate again. The railing is smooth and solid under your free hand as you climb the 3 steps to the porch. The porch itself is a transition space, still cold but sheltered from any wind. There is a wooden bench against the cabin wall and a small stack of firewood neatly piled and covered with a tarp. Next to the door hangs an old lantern, its glass clean and clear. You set down your bag for a moment and reach for the door handle. It is cold under your fingers, metal that has taken on the temperature of the winter air. You turn the handle and push the door open, and immediately everything changes. A wave of warmth rolls out to meet you, and with it comes the scent of wood smoke and pine and something else. Something indefinably cozy that might be the smell of safety itself. You step inside quickly, pulling your bag with you, and close the door behind you with a soft, satisfying click. The contrast is overwhelming in the best possible way. Outside, the world is all cold clarity and sharp edges. Inside, everything is warm and soft and welcoming. You stand for a moment in the small entryway, just feeling the warmth begin to seep into your cold cheeks and fingers. Your body recognizes this as sanctuary, and you feel muscles you did not know were tense begin to release. The cabin is exactly as you hoped it would be. The entry opens directly into the main living space, and your eyes travel over it with growing contentment. Directly ahead, dominating the far wall, is a stone fireplace, and in it, a fire is already burning. Someone, perhaps the owner or a caretaker, has prepared this for you, and the thoughtfulness of that gesture makes you feel cared for in a way that is quietly profound. You set your bag down on the floor and begin to remove your winter layers. First, your coat, heavy with the cold still clinging to its outer surface. You hang it on one of the hooks mounted near the door, where it can drip dry if any snow has collected on it. Next, your scarf, which you unwind slowly, feeling it slide against your neck with a soft whisper of fabric. Then your gloves, pulling them off finger by finger, revealing hands that are pink from the cold and tingling as warmth begins to return to them. Beneath your coat, you are wearing comfortable clothes, chosen specifically for this retreat. Soft flannel or perhaps fleece, layers designed for warmth and ease. You are already feeling more relaxed, more yourself. You remove your boots as well, placing them neatly on a mat designed for that purpose, and your sock-clad feet meet the cool smoothness of the wooden floor. Even through your socks, you can feel the grain of the wood, polished by years of use. Now, free of your outer layers, you can truly begin to explore this space that will be yours for the next while. The cabin is one large room, essentially, with a few doors leading off to what must be a bedroom and bathroom. The main space serves as kitchen, dining, and living area all in one, but far from feeling cramped, it feels intimate and well-designed. Your eyes are drawn again to the fireplace, as eyes always are. The fire crackles and pops softly, the flames dancing in shades of orange and yellow with occasional flickers of blue at their base. The warmth radiating from it is almost a physical presence in the room, reaching out to embrace you. The stone surround of the fireplace rises all the way to the ceiling, and the stones themselves are beautiful, rounded river stones in shades of gray and tan and soft brown, fitted together with obvious care and skill. Before you lose yourself entirely in the fire's spell, you decide to take care of a few simple tasks. Your body, still remembering the drive and the cold, is asking for something warm to drink, and you are happy to oblige. You move toward the kitchen area, which occupies one corner of the cabin. The kitchen is simple but complete. There is a small stove, a sink with a window above it, and wooden counters that have been worn smooth by use. Open shelving displays a modest collection of dishes and mugs, all sturdy and practical. There is a basket on the counter, and when you investigate, you find it stocked with tea and coffee and packets of hot chocolate. Someone has thought of everything. You fill a kettle with water from the tap, and the sound of water flowing is cheerful and domestic. The pipes must be well insulated because the water comes out smoothly. No frozen pipes here. You set the kettle on the stove and turn on the burner. The click, click, click of the ignition followed by the soft whoosh as the flame catches. The blue circle of fire beneath the kettle is mesmerizing in its own way, a smaller echo of the larger fire across the room. While you wait for the water to heat, you select a mug from the shelf. Your hand hovers over the choices before settling on a large handmade ceramic piece in a warm honey glaze. It is substantial in your hand with a good weight to it, and when you run your thumb over the surface, you can feel the slight imperfections that mark it as something made by human hands rather than a machine. These small imperfections make it more precious, not less. You choose hot chocolate, the kind that comes in a packet but promises to be rich and creamy. As you wait, you lean against the counter and simply look around. Through the window above the sink, you can see that full darkness has almost arrived. The sky is that deep, rich blue that comes just before true night, and the snow outside seems to glow with its own light, reflecting what little illumination remains. The kettle begins to sing, a soft whistle that grows gradually louder. You turn off the burner before it reaches a full boil, preferring a gentler heat for your chocolate. Tearing open the packet, you pour the powder into your chosen mug, and then slowly add the hot water, stirring as you go. The powder dissolves into a deep brown liquid, and steam rises in delicate curls that carry the scent of chocolate and vanilla. You cup the mug in both hands, feeling the heat seep into your palms and fingers. It is almost too hot to hold, but not quite. That perfect temperature that is just on the edge of discomfort but feels so good on cold hands. You blow gently across the surface of the chocolate, watching the steam swirl and dance, and then take a careful sip. The liquid is rich and sweet and warming, coating your tongue and sliding down your throat with a comforting heat that seems to spread throughout your chest. With your mug in hand, you move back toward the center of the room, toward the fire. There is an armchair positioned at the perfect distance from the fireplace, close enough to feel the warmth but not so close as to be uncomfortable. The chair is upholstered in a fabric that might once have been a rich burgundy, but has faded to a softer rose, and it is clear that this is a chair that has been loved and used. The cushions bear the imprints of previous sitters, molded into welcoming shapes. Next to the chair is a small side table, just the right height to set your mug on without having to reach. On the other side stands a floor lamp with a warm-toned shade, currently off but waiting for when you might want to read. For now, the firelight provides all the illumination you need. You settle into the chair, and it is like being embraced. The cushions give way beneath you, accepting your weight and cradling your body. You curl your legs up under you, finding a position that feels naturally comfortable, and arrange yourself with your mug still held in both hands. The fire is directly in your line of sight, and you let your gaze rest on it, unfocused and soft. This is the moment when you truly arrive. Not when you pulled up outside, not when you walked through the door, but now, in this chair, with warmth surrounding you and a hot drink in your hands. This is when your nervous system finally believes that you are safe, that you can rest, that nothing is required of you. The tension you have been carrying, perhaps for days or weeks, begins to melt away like snow under sunlight. You take another sip of your chocolate, slower this time, savoring it. The sweetness is not overwhelming, just pleasant, comforting in the way that simple pleasures can be. You can feel the warmth of it traveling down, spreading through your core. Your body temperature, which dropped during your brief exposure to the cold outside, is rising again, finding its natural equilibrium. The fire continues its eternal dance. Flames leap and fall, merge and separate, in patterns that are never quite the same twice. The logs are arranged in a careful structure, and as the fire consumes them, they settle and shift with soft sounds. Occasionally, a pocket of sap will heat and burst with a sharp pop, sending a small shower of sparks up the chimney. Each time this happens, you watch the sparks rise, glowing orange against the dark back of the fireplace, before they wink out one by one. The warmth from the fire is not uniform. You can feel it most strongly on your face and the front of your body, a gentle radiance that makes your skin tingle pleasantly. The air itself seems to move in the room, warmed air rising from the fire and cooler air flowing in to take its place, creating subtle currents that you can almost feel brushing against you. You become aware of the sounds of the cabin. There is the fire, of course, with its crackling and occasional pops. But there are other sounds, too. The cabin itself makes noise, small creaks and sighs as the wood adjusts to the temperature, as old buildings do. These are not concerning sounds, but rather comforting ones, the sounds of a structure that has weathered many winters and will weather many more. It is almost as if the cabin is breathing, alive in its own way. Outside, the wind has picked up slightly. You cannot see it, but you can hear it, a soft rushing sound as it moves through the evergreen branches. Occasionally, there is a soft thump as accumulated snow slides off a branch and falls to the ground. These sounds, rather than making you feel cold, actually enhance your sense of warmth and safety. They remind you that outside, the world is cold and wild, but inside, you are protected. Your mug is half empty now, and you set it down on the side table, deciding to save the rest for later. You reach for a blanket that has been draped over the arm of the chair, a thick knitted thing in shades of cream and gray. Drawing it over your lap and legs, you tuck it around yourself, creating a cocoon of warmth. The yarn is soft against your hands, clearly made with care. You sink deeper into the chair, your body growing heavier, more relaxed. Your breathing has slowed without you consciously choosing to do so, deep breaths in and out that match some internal rhythm. With each exhale, you feel yourself releasing a little more, letting go of things you did not even know you were holding on to. The cabin smells wonderful. There is the wood smoke from the fire, of course, but underneath that are other scents. The pine logs of the walls contribute their own subtle fragrance, fresh and clean. There is also the smell of old wood and perhaps a hint of lemon oil, as if the furniture has been recently polished. All of these scents blend together into something that simply smells like comfort, like a place where you are meant to be. You close your eyes for a moment, just feeling everything. The warmth on your skin, the softness of the chair and the blanket, the lingering taste of chocolate on your tongue, the sounds of fire and wind and the cabin's gentle settling. When you open your eyes again, your gaze feels softer, more relaxed. Your eyes wander around the room, taking in details you did not notice in your initial survey. There are books on a shelf built into the wall, their spines showing titles worn almost smooth by handling. Some are novels, some appear to be nature guides or books about the local area. There is a small collection of board games on another shelf, and a basket containing what looks like yarn and knitting needles. These are the signs of a place meant for slow time, for activities that require patience and presence. On the wall above the fireplace, there is a painting. You had noticed it before, but now you really look at it. It depicts this very landscape, or one very much like it, in winter. Snow-laden trees, a frozen stream, mountains in the distance. The painting is not sophisticated in a technical sense, but it is skilled and clearly made with love. The colors are accurate to what you have seen outside, that particular quality of blue light that winter snow reflects. Looking at it, you feel a sense of continuity, as if the cabin and the forest outside are engaged in an ongoing conversation, and this painting is part of that dialogue. There are other small decorations as well. A piece of driftwood on the mantel, worn smooth by water and time. A few pine cones in a wooden bowl. A simple wreath made of evergreen branches hanging on one of the interior doors. Each object seems to have been chosen not for showiness, but for the way it contributes to the overall feeling of the space. Nothing is extraneous, and yet nothing feels sparse or cold. It is perfectly balanced. You shift slightly in your chair, adjusting a cushion behind your lower back, and settle once more. The fire has burned down slightly since you first arrived, and you consider whether you should add another log. Deciding yes, you set aside your blanket and rise from the chair. Your body feels pleasantly heavy, relaxed, and it takes a moment to unfold yourself and stand. Moving to the fireside, you select a log from the neat stack in the metal holder there. The wood is dry and smooth, bark mostly removed. It is surprisingly light for its size, a sign of good seasoning. You open the mesh screen that protects the room from any stray sparks and carefully place the new log onto the fire, positioning it so that it will catch from the existing flames. For a moment, the fire dims slightly, adjusting to this new presence, and then it begins to climb the fresh wood, licking at it with tongues of flame, finding the grain and following it. You close the screen and return to your chair, watching as the fire fully accepts the new log. Soon, it is burning strongly again, perhaps even more vigorously than before. The additional heat reaches out to you, and you smile, pleased with your fire-tending skills. Settled once more under your blanket, you let your gaze drift to the window. The large picture window that makes up much of the front wall of the cabin offers a view into the winter night, and what you see takes your breath away. The darkness has fully fallen now, but the world outside is far from dark. The snow, covering everything, reflects and amplifies any available light, creating a luminous landscape that seems to glow from within. The trees closest to the cabin are visible as dark shapes, their trunks and branches creating an intricate network against the snow. Each branch holds its burden of snow with patient grace, bent but not broken. Further out, the forest becomes less distinct, shapes merging into a general sense of presence, of trees stretching away into the darkness. The sky above has cleared. Earlier, there were clouds, but they have moved on, and now the stars are visible. So many stars, more than you ever see in places, with artificial light. They spangle the darkness, tiny points of light that have traveled vast distances to reach your eyes. You pick out the few constellations you know, the easily recognizable ones, but mostly you just look at them as an aggregate, a field of light scattered across the heavens. As you watch, you see a snowflake drift past the window, then another. It has begun to snow again, not heavily, just a gentle fall of flakes that catch the light from the cabin windows and sparkle like tiny diamonds as they descend. You watch their slow, wandering path downward, each flake following its own trajectory, spiraling and dancing in air currents too subtle for you to perceive. The combination of the stars above and the snow falling creates a sense of being suspended between two realms, the vast cosmic space above and the intimate enclosed space of the falling snow. Both are beautiful, both are infinite in their own ways, and you are privileged to witness both from your warm, safe vantage point. You think about the silence outside. Snow has a way of absorbing sound, muffling everything, creating a hush that is almost palpable. Even here inside the cabin, you can sense that silence, the way it presses gently against the walls and windows. It is a peaceful silence, not empty but full, pregnant with the presence of the winter world. Inside, the fire continues its work, transforming wood into warmth and light. You watch the interplay of light and shadow on the walls, the way the firelight makes everything seem to breathe and move. The logs of the walls in this light look golden, as if they are remembering the sunlight they absorbed when they were living trees. Your breathing has synchronized with the rhythm of the fire without you intending it. Slow breath in, watching the flames rise. Slow breath out, watching them settle. In and out. In and out. Each breath brings you deeper into this moment, more fully present in this place. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do. This moment is complete in itself. You notice how your body feels now compared to when you arrived. Then there was residual tension, the alertness required for driving and navigating. Now every muscle has softened. Your shoulders, which might have been holding themselves up near your ears, have dropped down to their natural position. Your jaw is loose, your tongue resting easily in your mouth. Your hands lie open and relaxed on your lap, palms up, fingers gently curled. Even your feet tucked under you feel warm and comfortable. The heat from the fire has spread throughout the cabin. The space is perfectly warm now, not too hot, not cool anywhere. The temperature is exactly right, and your body recognizes this and relaxes even further into it. You're like a cat in a sunny window, boneless and content. Outside, the snow continues to fall. You can see it accumulating on the porch railing, a white line growing slowly thicker. On the trees, the existing snow is being added to, branch by branch. By morning, the world will be transformed. even deeper in white than it was when you arrived. But morning is a long time away, and there is no need to think about it now. Your eyelids are growing heavier, not in a way that demands you sleep immediately, but in a gentle, natural way, like the sun setting at the end of a long day. You let them fall closed for a moment, and the darkness behind them is restful and welcoming. You can still see the glow of the fire through your closed lids, a warm orange-red that pulses gently with the movement of the flames. When you open your eyes again, your gaze is soft and unfocused. You are not looking at anything in particular, just letting the light and shadow wash over your vision. The world has taken on a dreamy quality, edges softer, colors richer. This is what deep relaxation feels like, you remember. This sense of being both fully present and also somehow floating, untethered from worry or planning. You become aware of your heartbeat, slow and steady in your chest. It is not loud or insistent, just there, a quiet reminder of the life force that sustains you. Each beat is a small miracle, a moment of your body working perfectly to keep you alive. You send a silent thank you to your heart, to your lungs, to all the systems of your body that work without you having to think about them. The fire pops softly and your eyes move to it. The new log has been accepted fully into the fire now, burning along with the others. The flames have found their rhythm again, a steady burn that will last for hours. You will not have to tend it again tonight. It will keep the cabin warm while you sleep, a faithful guardian against the cold. You think about all the people throughout history who have sat as you are sitting now, watching a fire, feeling safe and warm. This is one of humanity's oldest pleasures, one of our most basic needs: shelter, warmth, safety. And you have all of these things in abundance. You are not just physically safe, but emotionally safe as well. Nothing is asked of you. No one needs you to be anything other than exactly what you are in this moment. Your attention drifts back to the window, to the winter world outside. In the distance, you think you can see a light, perhaps from another cabin far away, or maybe just a star that happens to be in line with the horizon. It twinkles and shifts, and you feel a connection with whoever or whatever is there. You are not alone in the world, but you are beautifully, perfectly alone in this cabin. And both of those truths can exist at once. The snow has thickened slightly, more flakes visible now as they pass through the light from the window. They seem to be falling a bit more quickly, though still gently. You think about the snow accumulating on the cabin roof, adding insulation, making your shelter even more secure. You think about it covering the ground, blanketing everything, protecting the earth and all the small creatures who shelter beneath it or within it. There is something profound about winter, you think drowsily. It is the season of rest, of dormancy, when nature itself sleeps and gathers strength for the rebirth of spring. And you are doing the same, resting, gathering your own strength. This time in the cabin is your own personal winter, a time to turn inward, to be still, to let yourself simply be. Your eyes close again, and this time they stay closed a bit longer. The darkness is so restful. Behind your closed lids, you can still sense the firelight, and you imagine you can see the flames dancing in patterns of red and orange and gold. Your breathing continues its slow, steady rhythm, and you feel yourself drifting. Not quite asleep, but not quite awake either, in that pleasant in-between state. When your eyes open, you are not sure if seconds or minutes have passed. Time has become fluid, unimportant. The fire is still burning, the snow is still falling, and you are still here, safe and warm. That is all that matters. You stretch slightly, just a small movement, extending your legs and pointing your toes, then relaxing again. The stretch feels good, a release of the last tiny bits of tension remaining in your muscles. You think perhaps it might be time to move to the bedroom soon, to give yourself over fully to sleep, but not quite yet. You want to enjoy this space between wakefulness and sleep a little longer. This is a precious time, a liminal time, when insights and peace can come more easily than during the busy day. You let your mind wander gently, not forcing it anywhere, just observing where it wants to go. It touches on memories, pleasant ones, nothing troubling. A childhood snow day, perhaps, the joy of unexpected freedom, or the first time you saw truly pristine snow, unmarked by footprints. These memories are soft and warm, colored by nostalgia but not painful. They are part of the tapestry of your life, woven into who you are. The fire makes a settling sound, and you look at it. The logs have burned down further, collapsing slightly into themselves. The coals beneath are glowing a brilliant orange red, pulsing with heat. You know that even when the flames die down completely, those coals will remain hot for hours, radiating warmth. The fire's end is not an end at all, just a transformation. You shift in your chair one more time, adjusting to find the perfect position. The chair seems to adjust with you, accommodating your body perfectly. The blanket slides higher, tucking up under your chin. You feel cocooned, swaddled, protected. The cabin wraps around you. The night wraps around the cabin. The forest wraps around the night. You are at the center of concentric circles of safety. Your breathing is so slow now, so deep. Each inhale brings in the cool, clean air of the cabin, and each exhale releases anything you no longer need. You can feel your breath moving through your body, filling your lungs completely, then emptying them just as completely. There is something meditative about this, something ancient and calming. Breath is life, and in this moment, you are fully alive and fully at peace. The snow outside has settled into a steady, gentle fall. Not a blizzard, nothing dramatic, just a persistent whisper of white against the darkness. Each flake is unique, you know, though you cannot see their individual structures from here. Each one a tiny miracle of crystalline geometry, formed in the clouds and now making its way to Earth. Millions of them, billions of them, all part of this one quiet snowfall. You think about the forest creatures, wondering where they are on this winter night. The deer are likely bedded down in sheltered thickets, their bodies curled and conserving warmth. The rabbits might be in their burrows beneath the snow, snug in networks of tunnels. Birds are tucked into whatever shelter they can find, their feathers fluffed for maximum insulation. Everything that can rest is resting. Everything that can sleep is sleeping. And soon you will join them. But for now, you remain in this delicious state of drowsy contentment. Your body feels heavy and light at the same time. An interesting paradox. Heavy because you are so relaxed, your muscles at complete rest. Light because you are not holding on to anything, not gripping or tensing or bracing against anything. You are simply allowing yourself to be held by the chair, by the cabin, by this moment. The fire's light plays across the ceiling, creating moving patterns of amber and shadow. You tilt your head back slightly to watch, and the patterns seem to swirl and dance, never still, always changing. It is hypnotic in the gentlest way, drawing your attention without demanding it. You could watch this forever, or you could close your eyes and just sense the light through your eyelids. Both are equally peaceful. Your mind touches on the concept of hygge, that Scandinavian idea of cozy contentment. You remember reading about it once, how it is not just about physical comfort, but about a state of mind, a way of being present with simple pleasures. That is what you are experiencing now. Perfect hygge, the warmth of the fire, the softness of the blanket, the shelter of the cabin, the beauty of the snow. All of these elements combining to create a feeling that goes beyond mere comfort into something approaching bliss. Time continues its strange, fluid behavior. You are not bored, despite having done nothing but sit here. There is something profoundly satisfying about doing nothing, about simply being. Modern life so rarely allows for this, always pushing for productivity, for achievement, for doing more. But here, in this cabin, the only thing required of you is to exist. And you are doing that perfectly. Your hands rest on the arms of the chair, and you become aware of the texture of the fabric beneath your palms. It is slightly nubby, worn soft by use, warm from your own body heat. You press down gently, feeling the firmness of the chair's structure beneath the padding. It is solid, reliable, built to last. Like the cabin itself, it has been made with care, designed to provide comfort for many years. The window draws your attention again, that portal between the warm interior and the cold exterior world. You notice how the glass has developed a slight fog around the edges, where the warm air of the cabin meets the cold glass. It creates a frame within a frame, softening the view even further. Through the clear center, the snow continues its eternal descent, each flake visible for just a moment in the light before it joins its companions on the ground. You wonder how deep the snow will be by morning. A few inches? More? It does not matter, really. You have everything you need here, and there is nowhere you have to be. The thought is wonderfully liberating. No obligations, no schedules, no demands. Just you, the cabin, and time stretching out as long as you need it to. Your eyelids droop closed again, and you let them stay that way for a while. The darkness is so restful, so welcoming. You can feel the warmth of the fire on your face, even through closed eyes. Your other senses become more acute when your eyes are closed. You hear the fire more clearly, the soft crackle and pop. You smell the wood smoke more distinctly. You feel the weight of the blanket more precisely. Everything sharpens and softens at the same time. A memory surfaces, gentle and warm. Perhaps it is from childhood, or perhaps from adulthood. It does not matter. What matters is the feeling it carries, a sense of being loved and safe. Maybe it is a memory of someone tucking you in at night, smoothing the blankets and kissing your forehead. Maybe it is a memory of falling asleep in the back seat of a car during a long drive, knowing that someone else was taking care of everything, that you could simply let go. The specific details are less important than the emotional truth of the memory. You have been cared for, you have been safe, you have been loved, and you are all of those things now, in this moment. The cabin cares for you, providing shelter and warmth. The fire keeps you safe from the cold, and there is love in this too, in the attention to detail, in the preparations that were made for your arrival, in the simple fact that this space exists for the purpose of providing rest and peace. You are worthy of this comfort, deserving of this peace. You do not have to earn it. It is yours simply because you are here. Your breathing has become even slower, deeper, each breath taking its own sweet time. There is no rush. You inhale, drawing air down deep into your belly, filling yourself with the cabin's warm air. You pause at the top of the breath, just for a moment. Then you exhale, long and slow, releasing everything, emptying completely. Another pause, this time in the space between breaths. Then the cycle begins again. In, pause, out, pause, in, pause, out, pause. This rhythm is ancient, the rhythm of the ocean, of the tides, of life itself. Your body knows this rhythm in its cells, in its bones. You are not controlling your breath so much as allowing it to find its natural pattern. And your body, wise and knowing, is choosing the rhythm of deep rest, the rhythm of approaching sleep. The fire has burned down even further now. The flames are smaller, more concentrated on the remaining wood, but the heat it produces has not diminished. The entire mass of the fireplace has absorbed warmth, the stones storing it and radiating it gently into the room. Even if the fire were to go out entirely, which it will not, the stones would keep the cabin warm for hours. This is old wisdom, the wisdom of thermal mass, of working with the properties of natural materials to create lasting comfort. You open your eyes briefly just to check on your surroundings, and everything is exactly as it should be. The fire burning low but steady, the snow falling gently outside, the cabin wrapped around you like a protective embrace. Satisfied, you let your eyes close again, sinking deeper into the chair, deeper into this state of profound relaxation. Your body has found its perfect temperature now. Not cold anywhere, not too hot anywhere. Just right, as the old story goes. The blanket over your legs is warm but not stifling. The air on your face is pleasantly cool, a nice contrast to the warmth of the rest of you. Your feet, tucked under you, are toasty and content. This balance of temperatures is part of what makes you so comfortable. Your body not having to work to regulate itself, everything in harmony. You think drowsily about the word sanctuary. This cabin is that, a sanctuary, a sacred space set apart from the ordinary world. Here, different rules apply. The rules of rest, of peace, of letting go. You have left behind the concerns of your everyday life. They will still be there when you return, but they cannot reach you here. This is a place out of time, a pocket of peace in a busy world. The snow accumulating outside is creating a kind of insulation, not just physical, but also emotional. Each inch of snow that falls adds to the sense of being cut off from everything else, of being in a separate reality. By morning, the world will be transformed, and you will be transformed too, renewed by deep rest and profound quiet. Your mind is starting to wander in that particular way it does when sleep is approaching. Thoughts become less linear, more dreamlike. You might think about the snow, and then suddenly you are thinking about clouds, and then about birds flying through clouds, and then about feathers, and each thought connects to the next in a way that makes sense in the moment, but might not make sense later. This is fine. This is good. This is your mind letting go of its need to be logical and controlled. Images might drift through your consciousness. The fire, of course, always the fire. Its light and warmth central to everything, but also other images. The dark shapes of the trees outside, their branches like arms raised to the sky. The stars, distant and cold but beautiful in their coldness. The cabin itself, seen from outside, a small point of light and warmth in a vast forest. And yourself, curled in your chair, a creature at rest, at peace. You feel yourself drifting now, truly drifting. It is a pleasant sensation, like floating on gentle water, supported and safe. Your body feels like it is sinking into the chair, becoming part of it. The boundaries between where you end and the chair begins seem less distinct. You are part of the cabin now, part of the fire, part of the winter night. Everything is connected, and you are at the center of that connection. The sounds around you are becoming part of a kind of lullaby. The fires crackle and pop, the soft sigh of the wind outside, the occasional creak of the cabin settling. These sounds do not disturb you, but rather comfort you, assuring you that everything is as it should be. The world is doing what it is supposed to do, and you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Your heart rate has slowed to match your breathing, a steady, peaceful rhythm. You can feel it in your chest, that reliable beat. No longer something you have to think about, but just something that is, like the falling snow or the burning fire. Your body knows how to do this, how to rest, how to let go. You do not have to teach it or direct it. You simply have to allow it, and you are doing that beautifully. The warmth of the cabin seems to have seeped all the way through you now, not just warming your skin, but warming you at some deeper level. Your bones feel warm, your muscles feel warm, even your thoughts, if thoughts can be said to have temperature, feel warm. Everything is suffused with this gentle, pervasive heat that is not just physical, but somehow emotional and spiritual as well. You think about the word home and what it means. Home is not just a place you realize, but a feeling. It is this feeling. The feeling of being exactly where you belong, of being safe and warm and at peace. You can carry this feeling with you when you leave the cabin, hold it in your heart as a memory and a promise. Whenever you need to, you can return here in your mind, can remember this moment, this fire, this perfect peace. But you do not need to think about leaving, not now. Now is for being here fully and completely. The future will take care of itself. The past is done and gone. There is only this eternal present moment, stretching out in all directions, containing everything you need. Your breath is barely visible now, the rise and fall of your chest, so gentle, so subtle. You are breathing the way you breathe in deep sleep, automatically, perfectly, your body taking exactly what it needs and releasing exactly what it does not. Each breath is a letting go, a small death and rebirth, the old air leaving and new air entering, the cycle of life itself played out thousands of times each day. The fire has become a bed of glowing coals now, with just a few small flames still licking at the last solid pieces of wood. The light in the room has shifted, becoming softer, more amber, the kind of light that exists in dreams. The shadows are deeper but not threatening. They are simply the other half of light, necessary and natural. Outside, the world is almost purely monochrome now. The darkness of the night sky, the white of the snow, the dark silhouettes of the trees. It is like a charcoal drawing, all values and contrasts, beautiful in its simplicity. The falling snow adds the only movement to this still scene, a gentle animation that is more soothing than stimulating. You realize that you are smiling, just slightly, a small upward curve of your lips. This is contentment, pure and simple. Not happiness in the sense of excitement or joy, but something deeper and quieter. Satisfaction, fulfillment. The sense that in this moment you lack nothing, want nothing, need nothing. You are complete. Your eyes open one more time, perhaps the last time before you move to the bedroom. You want to take one final look at this scene, to imprint it on your memory. The fire, burning low but faithful. The window, framing the winter night. The cabin, solid and protective around you. All of it comes together to create this perfect moment, and you are grateful for it, deeply and truly grateful. With a soft sigh, you begin to shift in your chair, preparing to stand. Your body is heavy with relaxation, and it takes a moment to unfold yourself from the comfortable position you have held for so long. The blanket slides from your lap, and you fold it carefully, draping it over the arm of the chair where you found it. Your legs are a bit stiff from being curled under you, and you stretch them out, feeling the pleasant pull of muscles lengthening. You stand slowly, taking your time, letting your body adjust to being upright. For a moment, you sway slightly, dizzy with drowsiness, but it passes quickly. You steady yourself with a hand on the back of the chair and look around the cabin one more time. Everything is in order. The fire is safe, burning behind its screen. The doors are locked. The cabin is secure. You move toward the bedroom, your steps slow and slightly shuffling, the walk of someone already half asleep. The bedroom door is open, and you can see into the space beyond. It is smaller than the main room, but just as cozy, dominated by a bed that looks impossibly inviting. The bed is made up with white sheets and a thick quilt in a pattern of stars and snowflakes, perfect for this winter retreat. Entering the bedroom, you notice that it is slightly cooler than the main room, the perfect temperature for sleeping. There is a small window here too, and through it you can see the snow still falling, eternal and patient. Next to the bed is a small table with a reading lamp, though you have no intention of reading. On the other side is another window, curtained but with the curtains open to the night. You approach the bed and pull back the quilt and sheets, revealing the clean white expanse of the bottom sheet. Just looking at it makes you feel even more tired, if that is possible. The bed is calling to you, promising comfort and deep rest. You sit on the edge of it, and the mattress gives beneath you in exactly the right way. Firm but not hard, soft but not too soft. You slip off your outer layer of clothing, down to whatever you sleep in, comfortable and loose. The air is cool on your skin for a moment, but you know that under the covers, you will be perfectly warm. You lift your legs onto the bed and slide between the sheets, and the sensation is extraordinary. The sheets are cool and smooth against your skin, crisp and clean. You lie back against the pillows, and they cradle your head perfectly, supporting your neck at just the right angle. You pull the quilt up over yourself, feeling its weight settle onto your body. It is substantial but not heavy, that perfect weight that makes you feel securely tucked in without feeling pinned down. You adjust it slightly, making sure it covers your shoulders, and then you settle, finding your favorite sleeping position. Perhaps on your side, perhaps on your back. It does not matter. The bed accommodates you perfectly, accepting your body and supporting it. The pillow is cool against your cheek. The sheets are warming from your body heat. The quilt is a gentle weight, and underneath it all, the mattress holds you, reliable and comfortable. You feel held on all sides, cocooned in comfort. This is nest making at its finest, the human equivalent of the bird's nest or the rabbit's burrow, a place of perfect safety and rest. From here, you can see out the window above the bed. The snow is still falling, visible against the darkness of the night. You watch it for a moment, each flake's descent a tiny meditation. Fall, 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 endlessly falling, covering everything, making everything new. By morning, all footprints will be erased, all tracks covered. The world will be fresh and clean, a blank page. You think about sleep, about what it is and why we need it. Sleep is not an absence, not a nothing. It is a positive state, a necessary state, as important as waking. During sleep, your body repairs itself, heals itself, consolidates memories, processes emotions. Sleep is when you integrate the day's experiences, when you sort through everything and file it away or let it go. Sleep is essential, vital, a gift you give yourself. And you are ready for that gift now. You are ready to let go of consciousness, to surrender to sleep, to trust in the process that happens when you close your eyes and let yourself drift away. Your body knows what to do. It has done this thousands of times before. You do not have to control it or manage it. You simply have to allow it. You close your eyes, and the darkness is immediate and welcoming. Behind your closed lids, you can still sense the faint light from the main room, where the fire continues to burn, but it is distant now, not demanding your attention. You are in your own space, your own cocoon, ready for transformation. You begin to focus on your breathing again, but this time in a slightly different way. This time, you are breathing yourself into sleep. Each inhale is slow and deep, filling your lungs completely. You hold for just a moment at the top. Then, each exhale is even slower, longer than the inhale, emptying your lungs completely, releasing everything. And at the bottom, you hold again for just a moment before the next breath begins. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2. This pattern of breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, telling your body that it is safe to rest, that it is time to sleep. Your heart rate slows even further. Your blood pressure drops. Your muscles, already relaxed, relax even more, letting go of the last tiny bits of tension they were holding. You feel yourself sinking into the mattress, your body becoming heavier with each breath. It is as if gravity has increased, pulling you down, down, down into the support beneath you. But it is not an unpleasant sensation. It is comforting, this heaviness, this sense of being anchored to the earth, held safely in place. Your mind begins to quiet, thoughts spacing out, occurring less frequently, with more silence between them. You might think about the cabin, then nothing for a while, then about the snow, then nothing again. The spaces of nothing are growing longer, and you are falling into those spaces, disappearing into the quiet. Images might still drift through your consciousness, but they are dreamlike now, not quite coherent, not quite following the rules of waking logic. You might see the fire, but it is also somehow the stars, or the stars are also snowflakes, or all of these things are one thing, glowing and falling and warming all at once. This is the mind at the threshold of sleep, when the barriers between categories break down, when everything can be everything else. You might hear sounds, but they are distant now, as if coming from far away or from underwater. The wind outside, the cabin creaking, your own breath, all of it blending together into a kind of white noise, a background hum that supports sleep rather than disturbing it. These sounds are proof that the world continues, that everything is as it should be, that you are safe to let go. Your body has found its perfect position now, the position it wants to hold through the night. You have stopped shifting and adjusting. Everything is exactly right. Your spine is aligned. Your joints are comfortable. Your muscles are loose. You could stay like this for hours, and you will. The boundary between waking and sleeping is growing thin now, almost transparent. You are on one side, then the other, then both at once, then neither. This is the liminal space, the threshold, the border country. You will not be here long. Soon, you will cross over entirely, and sleep will claim you. Your breathing has become almost imperceptible now, so gentle, so soft. Each breath is barely a whisper, your lungs rising and falling with minimal effort. Your body has taken over completely, breathing for you, beating your heart for you, doing all the things it needs to do while you let go of control. The darkness behind your closed eyes is complete now. Not the darkness of night, but the darkness of sleep, deep and enveloping. It is not black exactly, but rather a kind of soft, velvety nothing, a space that is both empty and full at the same time. You are floating in this darkness, suspended, weightless, free. You think dimly, one last thought. You think about how lucky you are to be here, in this cabin, on this night, experiencing this perfect peace. You think about how you will remember this, how this night will become a touchstone, a place you can return to whenever you need to remember what true rest feels like. You think about how grateful you are, and then even that thought fades, dissolving into the darkness, becoming part of the nothing that surrounds you. There are no more thoughts. There is no more you, in a sense. There is only sleep, deep and dreamless and perfect, washing over you like a warm tide, carrying you away to a place beyond words, beyond consciousness, beyond anything except pure rest. The cabin stands solid around you, its walls protecting you from the cold. The fire burns low in the main room, keeping the space warm. The snow continues to fall outside, covering everything in white silence. And you, in your bed, in your cocoon of blankets, sleep. You sleep deeply and without dreaming, or if you dream, they are the gentle dreams that come in deep sleep, the kind you will not remember. Your body does its work, healing and repairing, consolidating and processing. Your mind rests, truly rests, for the first time in perhaps days or weeks. Every system in your body syncs to the rhythm of sleep, all of you working together in perfect harmony. Hours pass, though you have no awareness of time. The night deepens, then slowly begins to lighten again, though it is still dark. The snow eventually stops falling, the clouds clear, and the stars shine even brighter. The fire in the main room burns down to coals, then to ashes, though the stones remain warm. And through it all, you sleep. You sleep the way you were meant to sleep, the way your body needs to sleep, deep and restorative and complete. This is the gift of the cabin, the gift of this winter night. Not just shelter and warmth, but the opportunity for true rest, for the kind of sleep that heals not just the body, but the spirit as well. And as you sleep, the cabin watches over you. The walls stand firm. The roof sheds snow. The windows keep out the cold. The bed holds you safely. Everything is working together to ensure your rest, to protect your sleep, to give you what you need. This is what safety feels like. This is what peace feels like. This is what home feels like, even if this is not your home in the permanent sense. For tonight, it is your home, your sanctuary, your place of perfect rest, and you are exactly where you belong. Sleep now, deep and long and peacefully. Let the winter wonderland continue outside while you rest within. Let the stars wheel overhead while you dream. Let the world turn while you are still. You have earned this rest. You deserve this peace. And it is yours, fully and completely, for as long as you need it. The night embraces you. The cabin protects you. The bed holds you. And sleep, deep sleep, carries you away to a place of pure rest, where nothing can disturb you, where everything is quiet and warm and safe. If this story has resonated with you, if it has helped you find even a moment of peace in your day or a pathway toward restful sleep, please consider showing your support with a like, and subscribe to Deep Sleep Stories Hub for more quiet nights and restful journeys. May your sleep be deep, your dreams be gentle, and your rest be complete. Good night.